What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Havoc, Banks, Shake, Great One DeVore. This is the Not for Debate podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and definitely subscribe. Also, be sure to share. And now, this is new. We started it last week with the Divisional Round podcast. You can now listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and Public Radio. And also, be sure to check out Havoc's personal channel, No Passes Given. Fellas, Shake, it's nice to have you back. What's good?
What's going on?
What's good, man?
Beautiful day in Zamunda, baby.
It's good. It's a good day, man. I mean,
Oh man,
people out here freaking out. I don't know why, but it's a good day in general. How y'all doing?
good. Hey Banks, I'm gonna holler at you real quick. You see this green? You know what that reminds me of? Grass. And what eats grass? Goats. And how about that Tom Brady?
How about him, man? Just a legend. The man, the myth, the legend. Nobody better. Nobody's ever going to be better. I mean, I don't have to give Tom Brady an intro. It's already Hall of Fame. Jack is waiting on him as soon as he hangs him up. What up, Jay Hearn?
What's up, Jay Hearn?
Yeah, it's good. It's like I said last week, man. Until Tom Brady retires, I'm not betting against him. That's it.
Mm-hmm. All I know is now that he's not with a division rival, I could enjoy watching him play the game.
I've noticed that too.
So that's what it's about. That's what this is about. Because here's the thing with you, Shake. Because me and you, we have a tag team going on Banks through social media all the time, and then you lose me when you be like, "All right, f you, DeVore. It's time for me to get up on you," and then you go ahead and join Banks' team. You either got to pick one side, mine or his.
Hey, depending on what you're arguing about, you know what I mean? Like for instance, with becoming the greatest quarterback of all time, I'm with my man here. The best quarterback in the league, I'm with you with Xavier Howard. So,
you know what? How about this? You know what we gonna get into first? Let's go ahead and talk about the second best corner in the league. We gonna go ahead and start it off with the Green Bay Packers beating the Los Angeles Rams 32-18. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Banks because I saw Jalen Ramsey on the sideline quite a lot during this game. I ain't even go stunt. I saw him just sitting there, just watching with his hands on his hips. So talk to me, man. What was going on in that game?
The defense picked the wrong day not to show up, man.
The defense. The defense.
Wrong day not to show up, man.
Yes, it started with the D, but it wasn't the defense.
Hey,
what tripped me out?
Didn't play bad.
This is kind of related. Have you noticed? Have you ever met the one girl that breaks up with a guy that he's been dating for a long time, and the next person she dates kind of looks like the person that she was dating for a long time?
Good, Big Hearn.
You know what I'm talking about? Well, anyway, the LA Chargers hired the defensive coordinator for the Rams, which I want to ask Banks' opinion on. But he kind of looks like Phillip Rivers to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Stanley, man. He was
What do you think
I
of
just
that
don't
hire?
understand. I just don't understand why he's only there for 1 year. So Brandon Stanley was a very good defensive coordinator. I mean, I appreciated him while we had him. He really made our defense elite level defense until we ran into Green Bay. Green Bay just seemed to have us figured out, man, for some reason. And it didn't help that we had all these turnovers. Not turnovers, but these stupid penalties, man. And of all people, Aaron Donald. It was just I couldn't believe it. I don't remember ever seeing Aaron Donald get a penalty. Ever. I just don't see it. And he didn't seem like he was there. Jalen, of course, struggled a little bit as it came down with Devontae. But Devontae Adams did a lot of his damage from the slot. Jalen Hardy lined up with him.
You hold on. You wait a minute.
Wait.
Told
That's
me.
not the highlight package I saw.
You told me. Havoc, you was here. He said this.
But I mean, if Jalen had a bad game against an elite ass receiver, I mean, it happens. I mean, again, it's an elite receiver. We are yet to, and again, it's not. And I'm just going to throw it back because I know you guys are headed with this. I would love to see what Xavier Howard does against Devontae Adams.
Yeah, lock that ass up.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, lock that ass
up.
up.
I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I would love to see it. I would love to see Xavier Howard defend the number one receiver on somebody's team all game.
I know Devontae Adams is one of the best receivers and quite possibly maybe the best route runner in the league. But I'm talking about as soon as the game was over. I saw a minute 15-second highlight package of just him taking ankles all game long. That boy was on one.
Yeah, he played out.
He played out of his mind.
When you look at his numbers weren't that crazy though. He had like 6 catches for like 60 yards and a touchdown. Like his numbers weren't, typical Devontae Adams dominating numbers. It's just the way that Green Bay played offensively. It felt like Devontae Adams had more control of the game because how many yards they put up on us. They had over 400 yards total offense on us, which is not too many people did that on us all year long. So I mean, I'm not gonna get on here and complain and cry and bitch, man. We got our asses handed to us. It was still a very competitive game up until that very last touchdown that Aaron Rodgers threw. I got to tip my hat off to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers played out of his mind. He played like the future MVP. I feel like the MVP award just got handed to him. I mean, how could you not hand the MVP award to him after handling the defense the way he did us? I mean, I feel like it's set in stone now that he's going to be NFL MVP. I think, would that be his first maybe, or is it second?
It's not his first. He's won one before.
I think it's his third, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like so, yeah, that trophy is returning back to him. So, I mean, but, I don't feel so confident for them the next round, though. I don't think that Green Bay gets the job done against Tampa.
We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it.
We're going to get
all right. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it.
Hey, but
like I said, keep saving that energy till next week when that confetti fall in Green Bay.
No, but let me say this really quick before we move on. I don't want to hold us. If I have to just to recap the season for just really quick, if I had to make some decisions for the Rams, I really feel like there's a lot of attention that we need. We need a playmaker receiver. We need somebody that can stretch the ball downfield and go get it for us. We need somebody big time. I'm nothing against the receivers that we have, but I definitely feel like the loss of Cooper Kupp was felt. The receivers really couldn't find separation besides that touchdown that Van Jefferson had. We need a big play receiver. So I hope that the Rams, if this video touches them and they see this and they, and they happen to take a suggestion, I suggest that we attack that receiver position right away because we need it, boy. We need it.
Yeah. But
good season though. Good season.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take nothing away from. I'm not trying to make excuses for Aaron Donald, but I was, I'm disputed that Aaron Donald had a rib injury and he couldn't stay 100%.
Oh no! I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yes,
Banks said he was good to go.
Well, that's what he said.
He said he was good to go. He was good to go.
Aaron Donald ain't no buster, bro. He's not going to come out there, well, I'm hurt, but I'm going to play. No, he's not going to do that, bro. But it was very obvious.
The man's human.
Yeah, that's understandable. He
was very obvious. He was hurt. It was obvious. We had no pressure all game. No pressure.
And y'all couldn't stop the run. Y'all gave up over 199 yards.
Oof. Right. It was terrible. We had a terrible game. We had, 2 of those running backs almost had 100 yards rushing?
Excuse me, 188. My fault. 188. Yeah, Aaron Jones had 99.
But, it's still Rams, though. Still Rams.
I will say, if it actually does come down to the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald definitely deserves it because of the impact that he has on that team. It was very, very noticeable Saturday night for real.
Absolutely.
And like not even just his ability to stop the run, just his ability to apply pressure on the quarterback on a consistent basis. And it's such a beautiful thing watching Aaron Rodgers just standing around in the pocket and do his thing.
Well, he almost got him once. And But Aaron Rodgers actually stepped up in the pocket. You can kind of see Donald kind of rip at his jersey a little bit, but it was just like that was that beautiful throw that Aaron Rodgers had when I think he hit what's the guy number 83? I think it was. He just threw it across the field. I was like, wait, who's open over there? Then boom, somebody was wide open. I was just like, I mean, at that point, I just said, this game is Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers was the deciding factor. It was a deciding factor. Can't hate on it, but we'll be back. We'll be back. No doubt about it. We'll be back.
All right, so I feel like Deshaun Watson is going to end up being a consistent conversation all the way up until the draft. So I went ahead and just called this segment the Deshaun Watson Watch, which personally, from when we had the last pod, Wednesday, Havoc already voiced his opinion as far as Deshaun Watson coming to the Miami Dolphins. But in general, Deshaun Watson out of Houston is looking like almost like a guarantee. Yeah. Shake, I didn't exactly hear what your thoughts about Deshaun Watson was, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you have the floor about that first.
To be honest with you, I really don't care. I mean, one way or another, if he's on the team, hey, welcome to the Dolphins. If he's not, I don't care. That's the thing about me. I root for Tua, but if he's not a Dolphin anymore, I'm not going to root for you anymore. My favorite Dolphin player is like my favorite piece of chicken. He asked me, say, hey, this guy had a bucket of chicken. Say, what's your favorite piece of chicken? I said, what's in there? He said, wings. Well, that's my favorite piece of chicken. So that's how I think,
what?
Green Bay. No,
wait,
man,
that's your girl.
She has a green. She's a Green Bay Packer fan.
Yep.
Oh, really?
No. Bring her on the screen. Bring her on the screen real quick.
See.
Oh, and rocking the jersey too. That's what's up. That is what's up. Get Shake on board. Get Shake on board. Get Shake on board. He know what's good.
Anyway,
listen, Mama Shake, I like you a lot because you're dealing with that guy right there.
But no,
you'll never wear that jersey again.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, I'm for it either way, man, because it's all about improving your team. Because I feel that Tua can improve, but if you can improve now, why not?
Yeah,
I'm up for it. I'm good either way.
Havoc, I got you, dog. I got you. So this is what I did today for you. This is what I did today because I know you was like, I don't want to mess up our cap or whatever. So I know a lot of people be like, Madden is trash or whatever, but Madden is very, very accurate when it comes to salary cap.
Madden is trash.
And how to manage rosters, right? So I went ahead and did the trade. I'm gonna break it down for you, Havoc.
Are we really using Madden for statistical analysis?
Yeah, like LeBron
no, Madden's salary cap is pretty damn accurate.
LeBron James, he plays 2K to figure out which players he can play well with. So we're gonna use Madden real quick, right?
But 2K is an actual good game, though.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but Madden, as far as salary is concerned, I number crunch and everything is fairly accurate. So if we pulled this trade off, now this was what the trade was. I traded Tua, the third pick, and the second round pick, and next year's first round pick for Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller, right? Okay. So you can bring back Fuller. Well, they're gonna tag Fuller for us. Fuller is gonna be facing, I think it's a 3 or 4 game suspension if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. So we get a receiver. We get a receiver, and we get.
Was that for PEDs?
Somebody looked at it
was that for PEDs that they got him for?
I don't know, but look that up for me. But you get a receiver and you get Watson.
God, they got him for PEDs.
So basically the cap hit for the Dolphins if they have Deshaun Watson for the 2021 season you're only going to be facing about $10 million because $5 million is going to the signing bonus, and the Texans have to cover that signing bonus, right? So you're good to go on the cap. Now, at the end of the 2021 season, that's when it gets a little bit tricky. But the Miami Dolphins have the depth to make this happen. So for this to work, you're gonna have to cut. You either have to cut or trade Xavier Howard or Byron Jones. But most likely it's gonna be Xavier Howard if we don't get this contract done. I think you end up saving like $8 million in cap space if you cut Xavier Howard. And then of course you're gonna you like Andrew Van Ginkel, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you get rid of Shaq Lawson. He gone, right?
Oh my gosh.
He gotta go.
God.
He gotta go.
We gotta. So everybody gotta go.
I ain't done yet. And then Bobby McCain, he gotta go.
All players that should have been gone a long time ago anyway.
Thank you, Banks. So those players gotta go. So 2021 is straight. But here's the thing: with 2022, you gotta have a decision you're gonna have to make as far as Xavier Howard is concerned. You gotta Xavier Howard or Byron Jones moving forward to 2022. You're gonna have to make a decision. Which at that point, I think Noah Benogany should be up to speed as far as the kind of corner we expect him to be at that point. And again, Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, they're both about to hit 30. So play that in consideration too. But the floor is yours.
Well, I appreciate your Madden-driven statistical breakdown of the Deshaun Watson trade. First, I think there's a number of points to touch on. Number one, I don't know if he necessarily put this out. I think maybe it was probably one of his peoples or his agents, something like that, put this out there. I think what he's on a very basic level, what he's really trying to get the point he's really trying to get across is to the Houston Texans: if you continue to run your business the way you've been running business, I'm not staying around for that. That was the shot across the bow, right? Mm-hmm. Now, so for me, I think that was his first intention. Was really, I'm gonna rustle up some dust, and I'm gonna have them go about, trying to build this up in the right way, because, the number one, it's not Bob McNair that owns the Texans, it's Cal McNair, who is the son that didn't earn the money, right? That's the next generation that owns the team. Secondly, you have a situation where they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to go about looking for a GM in the right way, and they ended up hiring somebody that wasn't even on the list of candidates to be vetted. So if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm looking at this thinking, y'all have literally learned nothing since y'all fired Bill O'Brien. You're going about things the same exact way. Now, with that being said, I think that there's there are these sayings, right? Fool me once. Well, I'm not gonna get into sayings, but we fleeced them on the Laramie Tunsil trade. Laramie Tunsil is a Pro Bowl caliber player, but we definitely won that trade from the Miami perspective. And I know people are saying, well, you can make a reasonable offer for Deshaun Watson, and it may happen. Houston's not taking any reasonable offers from the Miami Dolphins. They cannot afford to take a trade that is considered nothing but an overwhelming win. You cannot go to the franchise that has already sunned you once in the trade, and then you're going to get sunned again on the trade for your franchise quarterback. So all this, one or two picks and Tua, and that'll get it done. That's not getting it done. They're going to want an overwhelming bounty for him. And, I know people are saying, I know the word is out there, we'll make a reasonable trade. Well, I'm of the opinion that I don't think the Miami Dolphins will put the best trade on the table for Deshaun Watson.
Don't need to.
I don't think so. And that whole no trade clause thing,
it'll be
if Deshaun Watson is as serious as he appears to be about wanting to get out of Houston, I don't think that's going to be an issue with him going anywhere else. So for me, all seems to be a bit of a smokescreen that was put up because Deshaun Watson wants the Houston Texans organization to get their act together and start going about things in a professional way. And if they don't, then he wants out. Do I think the Dolphins should give up all this capital and have to make all these move and all this?
You got no choice. That's how football works. You can manipulate the cap.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing that you need to understand. The most ideal time to build your franchise is during a rookie quarterback's first contract, because then you can bring in people you otherwise would not be able to afford.
Wow.
So I think that is a long-term strategy. If I'm looking at the way the Dolphins are going about, that's their long-term strategy. That's a long-term strategy. Year 1, tear it down. Year 2, acquire more picks, build up the defense. Year 3, build up the offense. That appears to be the long-term strategy they're working.
Big Hearn, I just laid this all on the table for him, and he ain't rolling with it. And I traded the 2 first-round picks, the 3rd and the 18th. So
it's not going to be enough.
You get to keep that first, second-round pick, and you get Najee Harris, like everybody crying about.
That's not going to be enough to get Deshaun Watson.
At this point, but if this draws all the way up until the draft, Havoc, they got no choice. They're gonna have to cave, because if Deshaun Watson becomes a distraction like he is right now, he already put out on his Twitter, y'all don't need to be marching the streets of Houston right now. There's a pandemic going on. You should be doing that on my behalf. So this is just gonna keep on heating up. By the time that happens, and then the Texans are gonna cave. I can see it right now. They're gonna cave, Havoc. They're gonna cave. Boy. Like the stock market this year, it's gonna cave.
Well, listen, if the Texans do cave, then Deshaun Watson is absolutely right about that organization. It is a trash organization. If you give up the bounty they gave up for Laramie Tunsil, and then you get sunned on the trade for your franchise quarterback, then everything Deshaun Watson said about the Houston Texans is absolutely true. If they legitimately take two picks, they legitimately take only 2 picks for Deshaun Watson, they deserve to be 2-14 next season. That is an awful trade for them to take. But if they want to make it, go ahead and make it. I'll take a Deshaun Watson off your hands if you're literally giving him away the way you gave away DeAndre Hopkins for a ham sandwich. I'll take him off your hands. But if you're talking about these giving up significant draft capital, no, I'm working my plan.
We good, dog. We good. We good. Have it. We good.
I don't trust Madden, and I don't trust you.
I even looked up the numbers on the damn computer while I was doing it. I'm like, okay, $15 million. All right, you drop 5 for the sign-up bonus. Houston got to take care of that. So 2021, you're only paying $10 million. You get rid of Shaq Lawson. You get rid of Bobby McCain. You get rid of, who was the other guy I say you got to get rid of?
Xavier Howard or Byron Jones?
No, that's 2022. You got to make a decision on them 2 by 2022.
I think Van Ginkel or something like that.
Yeah, Van Ginkel's taken over for Shaq Lawson. So we have the depth at the positions that we need to get rid of players where we wouldn't miss a beat. Now, when 2022 hits, you're going to have to make a decision on Mike Gesicki. Me personally, I don't think Mike Gesicki is worth it.
I think you can let Gesicki go. Personally.
Yeah, I'm cool with Shaheen and Aram Smythe. But Banks, go ahead. I want you to touch on this, man. From a non-Dolphins perspective, talk to us.
I don't know, man. You make a good point. I mean, like I said, both sides I'm in agreement with both sides. I just feel like, like Shake said, Havoc said, you don't want to give up too much for him, and then end up putting your franchise in another hole like you guys been in. But then again, we are talking about Deshaun Watson. I mean, Deshaun Watson is a franchise-changing quarterback. Like it's there. Like we always talk the last few weeks about him. The potential is there. The future MVP is there. The future potential Super Bowl winner is there. It's all written all over him. It's just what he does with it. But if the Dolphins are going to be aggressive, because I think that's a very aggressive move, personally. If they are going to be that aggressive and go after Deshaun Watson and make a change at the quarterback position and then give up what you thought was the future in Tua, they're going to need to back it up with bring in some players that's going to help him out, because he's still going to be in the same similar situation that he is in Houston. He's just not in Houston anymore. He's going to come to the Dolphins. The Dolphins really don't have a lot of weapons on the offensive. Well, they do is just they got a lot of injuries. The Dolphins have a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball, especially at the receiver position. You guys are hit there quite a bit. And then you got some inconsistent play there with Devontae Parker. So you definitely need to get some receivers in there. You definitely need a running game. So, I mean, it doesn't sound bad, man. I'm actually torn right now. But I do believe that it would be a huge upgrade at that position, though. I mean, I have nothing against Tua. It just, to me, Tua doesn't seem like he was ready this year. Maybe in a good, like Havoc said, to bounce back to Havoc's point, maybe with a good actual offseason where Tua can actually focus on actually the game of football and not rehabbing and trying to get himself right and going through a pandemic with whatever like that. He can actually focus on film and studying and get out there familiarizing himself with his players, throwing the ball at them. You know what I mean? That builds that camaraderie between the receiver and the quarterback. All that stuff is needed, and I feel like Tua should be given that opportunity for that. But we'll see. I mean, it's definitely the way you broke it down, bro. I mean, I think I taught you a lot about that salary cap, man. I think I taught my boy a lot about the salary cap. He's actually using it to his benefit now.
Yeah, you got to simulate it, because if you don't simulate it, you won't be educated about what's going on. So right. I laid it out on the table. What many people we got in the chat right now? We got 3 people in the chat. I couldn't put all that shish on Twitter today, but Havoc.
I don't trust Madden math, bro.
We all big on developing Tua, but we're not interested in developing the receivers on the Miami Dolphins roster.
What receivers?
Preston Williams, Lynn Bowden. Come on now.
I'd love to see more from Lynn Bowden.
Okay, so there you go. You bring him back.
But Lynn Bowden is not the answer though, bro. Like,
he's a slot guy.
He's not.
What's funny? Lynn Bowden just came out with a post. It says, "If you think I'm one of those guys that just Tua, unfollow me."
You think he did?
No, that's what he said. He goes, "If you
I'm
one of the guys
I don't care what anybody says."
That being said, he may be trying to get people off the trail.
Right. I don't care what anybody says, bro. I don't care what anybody says. You can everybody can say the company line like Tua is an excellent quarterback or whatever, but in the back of your mind,
I know Vince Beagle's gonna be looking for employment somewhere else next season.
So now everybody loved Vince Beagle at first, but then ever since he said something about Tua, now it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Man, my man get kicked off the team just for being honest. I swear to God, man, what is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be honest about the quarterback though.
What
are you talking about? That's the economics of the NFL.
Why? I'm just saying, if he play like trash, he play like trash. And hey, where it come from first?
He didn't play at all this season. So who was he to talk about anything about anybody?
But guess what? He was the best pass rusher for the Miami Dolphins in 2019. And everybody,
what is that? Is that an accomplishment? Is that an accomplishment?
He earned himself a contract.
Being the best pass rusher in 2019 is like being the tallest Oompa Loompa. It don't mean nothing.
Oh, so now see, here go Shake now. Now he like, oh, I don't even like Vince Beagle no more because he talked bad about Tua. Man, let's get over this.
No, I just don't think you should be. I just don't think you should be putting. I just think you shouldn't have your teammate's name in your mouth to the media in general.
I agree. But
so that's where I'm looking at it from. I'm just looking at it from.
He was only one player.
That's a clear G code violation.
Players. There were multiple players.
Well, they're all violating. They're all violating.
3.
By the way, this is a really good game going on with the Nets and the Bucks right now. This is a really
it was close to halftime. It was like 56 to 58 or something like that.
3.
Man, y'all need to cut this crap out, man. At the end of the day,
I'm gonna keep it going.
Everybody wants to sit back and discredit what I said about Tua. Banks, you know what? For once, me and you are on the same side about this. But
he's only halfway on your side. Everybody
wants to discredit me for everything that I have said in 5 years over one freaking player. One freaking player. I said he did not play well. Now everybody like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But everybody else, and I know you watch Chris Sims unbuttoned Shake, so you just don't like Chris Sims no more because you heard what he said about Tua. Then you must not like him either.
Dude, I like you still, and you talk mad trash about. So what the hell? I don't care.
Okay, so I'm cool with that, but I'm just talking about the Dolphins community. They don't like me no more because I talk bad about Tua.
I mean, you've really turned the heat up on the trolling the past 2 weeks or so. So, what do this is what you want.
But I mean, every fan has a right to criticize.
Listen, that's their bad. That's their fault. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. Everybody has an opinion, and I'm not gonna dislike you for it. I'm just gonna you tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine, and then we could agree to disagree.
And that rumor Havoc decided he wanted to start. Man, oh man.
What rumor?
I have a hidden agenda.
Oh yeah, you're a low-key Jets fan. You're a low-key Jets fan.
Oh, okay. Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Either that or you like other people's trash. I don't know what it is. Like you're out here, you're thinking Adam Gase and Josh Rosen going to lead someone to the Super Bowl someday. Yeah. I don't get it, but we can move on.
Mm-hmm. All right, now the Buffalo Bills ended up defeating the Baltimore Ravens 17-3.
Boy, that should be the other way, but we got you though, bro.
That's my fault. But because the Bills were at home, so that's the right way.
The score should be different.
Okay, if you want to get technical, I'll switch it in a second.
Hey, man.
Or they were playing golf.
Here you go. I'll switch it in a second. I'm gonna let you have the floor, Banks, because I did see your Twitter. You was talking about how the Baltimore Ravens didn't have an offensive line and all this other stuff. Man, please.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Say what you gotta say, man.
I just feel like
say what you gotta say.
It's not much to say, man. Credit to Lamar Jackson, man. Credit to Lamar Jackson. He just that game just proved to me how great of a talent he really is, though. When you're the primary focal point of a defense every single week that you play a game, and the guy's only like barely 6 foot tall, 6'1" maybe, barely 200 pounds. He's going out there getting the best of every defender every time he drops back and runs the ball. He made some pretty good throws just on Saturday. And he just came up short, man. He just came up short. I want to see what the Ravens are going to work with him. They're going to give him more weapons because he needs it. He needs more weapons. Mark Andrews can't be the answer every play. He can't. The running game, it's run or bust with them. That's just pretty much what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once the running game is not working, there goes the ball game. And I don't feel like that has anything to do with Lamar Jackson's throwing ability. He has some great flashes where he throws great balls, and then some games he's off. So accuracy is still an issue. He needs to work on that. But the offensive line was terrible. Pass protection wise, they were terrible. I mean, every single drop back for the most part, Lamar Jackson was running for his life. Whether that's happened to being able to go through his reads. He wasn't given that time to go through his read. If you go back and actually watch the game, when you actually sit back and truthfully watch it, the offensive line let him down. They let him down big time. There was even some reports about the offensive lineman apologizing, to him about the way the things were, how that game went. So hey, but again, we are talking about the Buffalo Bills.
They're
defense.
Good.
I mean, it was bound to happen. That team is led.
No, hell no. We're not gonna make that excuse. You know why?
That's fact.
It is an excuse. The Buffalo Bills were in the bottom half of the league and stopping the run, and they showed up during this game against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, but they're in the bottom half of the
ass down. What
in defense? We know. Listen, forget the statistics for the most part when the playoffs start. You're going to get every team's best in the playoffs. You're going to get every team's best. Understand that. Everybody starts over at 0 in the playoffs.
Okay.
So let's just remember that. Buffalo is a very competitive and they're tough defense, bro. Like that's just what it is. They're not going to just go. They're not going to make it easy on you. Whether they finish last against the rush or first against the rush, either way it goes, they're not going to make your day easy. And they blitzed Lamar Jackson ridiculously that game. They blitzed him almost every single down. Every single down.
Throw the ball.
Didn't have time.
Throw the ball.
That's what they said. We're gonna dare you to throw the ball. We want you to throw the ball deep. They don't have
how many times I gotta tell you that? Throw the damn ball. Like,
well, I mean, let's see what he does with an actual receiver because Hollywood Brown
man, nobody will play with this dude, man, because all he do is run the ball the whole game. If I was a receiver,
everybody
wants
to play with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is probably the most likable player in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Roddy White put up numbers playing with Mike Vick.
Come on, bro. Exactly, bro. Are you
no, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Roddy
White?
Ridiculous numbers.
Roddy White didn't get no numbers till Matt Ryan got there. Don't even play that.
Lie. That's a
fact.
lie.
That's fact.
That's not a fact.
That's fact.
You're lying right now.
That's fact. All right. When Mike Vick leave?
When he got locked
Brian
up.
Finneran got numbers with Mike Vick.
That is Brian Finneran had some seasons.
Algie Crumpler got numbers.
Get out of here.
Come on,
I got you. I got you. Roddy White. I got you.
1, 2,
Was he number
3,
11?
4, 5. He had 6 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
What years?
07 to 2012.
Mike Vick left already.
All right, Brian Finneran. Let's look it up.
Man, look at Brian Finneran because this argument dead. This argument is dead. I already know. Roddy White wasn't productive until Matt Ryan came up in there.
We're talking about Lamar Jackson either way.
Okay, well, nobody. Well, I'm just putting it out there right now. Nobody, no receiver, no dominant receiver wants to play with Lamar because Lamar can't get him the ball. That's what it is.
That's not what it is.
Why not? Because
it's yet to be determined. How about that?
Yet to be determined?
It's yet to be determined because Lamar Jackson doesn't have nobody to throw the ball to if his name not Mark Andrews.
Well, I know a couple of shows ago, somebody said in this pod that they need to go back to what they was doing to make that was making Lamar successful. I believe that was running the ball. And running the ball. And guess what? You lost.
Hey.
So what now?
All right, how about this? How about I flip the gun on you really quick? How about
flip the gun?
I'm gonna flip the gun on you there. I'm gonna be the one to point the gun at you. So what about Ryan Tannehill?
What about him?
Where is he?
He at home.
All right. Don't worry about it. Next, have it your turn, bro. Go ahead and take over.
Okay, go ahead, have it. Go ahead, do your thing.
Else to say.
What you got on Brian Finneran? I need to hear this.
Andy Dalton?
Not much. I think Brian Finneran was just a beast in Madden, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, he was a beast in Madden.
This is one more reason why you cannot trust anything from Madden.
Man,
please.
Please, man.
Look,
please.
This goes back to the narrative. First the narrative, and it's kind of like moving the goalpost. But first the narrative was Lamar can't win a playoff game. Then he won a playoff game. Now the narrative is, well, Lamar can't throw good enough to win you a playoff game.
If we being 100, if we being 100,
moving that
he did not throw the ball last week against the Titans to win the game. Let's be 100 here. Let's be 100 here. He did not throw the ball to win him the game last week against the Titans. Let's be real.
Listen.
Well, just like that wide receiver that you call a quarterback, Tannehill.
And listen, it's one of those things where we know everybody, the whole league knows what their offense is.
Yep.
Right, like you. The zebra has its stripes. You know what you're getting when the Ravens come into town. The problem is Hollywood Brown is not necessarily an elite wide receiver. He's a deep threat, but he's not an elite wide receiver. So you can't really lean on him to bail you out. Because he'll bail you out against the Cincinnati Bengals of the world, but he ain't gonna bail you out in the playoffs much, right? So, for me, that wide receiver group they've given Lamar throughout his career has not been strong, to say the very least. So, it's kind of like with Buffalo. Give him one guy he can rely on that's not the tight end, and then you might see something. But
man, he don't throw it to him regardless.
Until that day comes, man. Listen, and I've seen some Ravens games. Their wide receiver core is very comparable to the Miami Dolphins. A lot of big guys, not a lot of separation.
Hey, I saw a lot of separation against the Titans. Marquise Brown coming across the middle on a daggone shallow cross. Lamar missed him. So I don't want to hear it. Go ahead, Shake.
Let me tell you this. Right now, Marquise Brown is their main receiver, and that's like Buffalo having Cole Beasley as their main guy. You're not going to win like that. I think
Thank you.
Marquise
That's a
Brown
good
is the
point.
equivalent of Cole Beasley. He's like the third, maybe third guy. The second guy is pushing it, but
Yeah.
third guy will be more suited his role.
Yeah, it's kind of like if John Ross was your main guy.
Too, and to that point too, I mean, it's only going to get better for Lamar Jackson from this point, bro. It's only going to get better. We're talking about a guy that was counted out, period, from the beginning. He got into the league anyway. He's an MVP quarterback, whether you like it or not. He's an MVP. He got bounced last year. What did he do this year? He came back, played, advanced in the playoffs. Guess what's going to happen next year? He's probably going to end up being an AFC Championship because it's clear he's getting better and better, bro. You don't see it because you're just that narrow-minded.
Nah, you being the Captain Save-A-Hole right now. That's what you being.
No,
can I save her? I wanna be saved.
I'm being honest about what I'm watching on the field. I'm not going to continue to praise bad quarterbacks like Tannehill. And
you just said he was top 5 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, he's out of my top 5 of that playoff performance he had. It was terrible.
I think
Tannehill again, bro.
I think what we're
flip flop over.
I think what we're starting to realize is you need a whole team to win in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
If they shut down your run, you need to be able to pass. If they shut down your pass, you need to be able to run the ball.
And you know what? Havoc, to your point, that's a great point that you brought up. To your point, especially the Kansas City Chiefs game should be a prime example of that.
We're gonna get to that. Hold on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, their guy fell out of the game, and Chad Henne.
Damon Williams came on.
I mean, come on, bro. Havoc's right. You need a whole ass team in the playoffs, bro. Like that's just what it is, bro. Mm-hmm. You need health and you need your team right. It's just what it is.
And that partly fuels.
And in the playoffs, I noticed this playoff game, except for the Browns, there was no blowouts.
Right. Every game was competitive, man. And the Browns game wasn't a blow. I thought they were going to get smoked, but I think they
played tough.
They played great.
Since we're on the Browns topic, let's go ahead and talk about the Browns. Go ahead. Continue.
They played tough, man. I mean, the Chad Henne sighting. Look, he did, and this is how you know Kansas.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, and this is how you know Kansas City is good.
Pick.
They didn't go to Chad Henne and tell him to do nothing outside of his skill set. They just said, you can do this and this. We only want you to do this and this. Damian Williams, they blew the dust off of him. They got him in the game. He did what he does for them in the playoffs. He gets yards.
Wait. Is that another Miami Dolphin?
Former Dolphin Damian Williams.
No. It's not Damian Williams.
Oh, who was it?
Wasn't Damian. There's somebody else.
Oh, wait, he got released, right?
No, he's on the COVID list.
Oh, well, it was some dude. It wasn't Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It was some other dude that was out there running the rock in the fourth quarter.
Was it Le'Veon?
Eating up the clock.
No, it's Darrell Williams.
Darrell Williams.
Oh yeah, Darrell Williams.
That's the first time I've ever heard of Darrell Williams. Then.
Well, the who?
But
AB.
Look, man, that was one of them games, and as much
on Le'Veon Bell, sorry.
He's hurt, ain't he?
And as much as we talk about how great Kansas City's offense is, when it comes down to the playoffs, they get in some tight situations, and it's kind of like when people say, you just get a quarterback, you just put the team on his back and win this game. Well, that's a regular season mentality. If you want to win the championship, you got to build a whole ass team. There ain't no put this whole team on your back when you up against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Ain't no putting nothing on your back. You need a whole team to win that game. Ain't no putting nothing on your back when you taking on the Packers in the NFC Championship game. You need a whole team to do that. So for me, this Kansas City Chiefs secures the thought in my mind that I already know that they are a whole team. Even though you could say they're down a peg from last season, they're still maybe the best team in the NFL in my opinion.
But I think they go down next week though.
You talking about the Packers?
I think Buffalo is going to upset Kansas City.
It depends. Is Mahomes playing or not? I
do. I like it. I like what I saw from Buffalo, man.
Look, If Mahomes ain't playing, I like Buffalo. But if Mahomes is playing, I like
What's up,
KC.
I felt like Buffalo should have blew the Ravens out a lot worse than what it was. Now, respectable to the defense, but I don't think Buffalo can hang with Kansas City if Mahomes plays.
It's tough.
Hey, how much different was the game with Mahomes playing against the Browns? I mean, let's be honest. Was it clear that they were going to win the game? Was it clear that they were better?
Nope.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they hadn't had that fumble, I believe it was
They got lucky. Yeah, T. Higgins.
It was like 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the second.
Yeah, the
where
touchback.
they ended up having the touchback. It was 16-3 at the time. So
exactly. So and to be honest with you, they should have called that because that was helmet to helmet. The defender led with his head and they missed the call.
Yeah, man.
On that play? Yeah, right.
That was him. He led with his head.
It's all good to be. It's great to have talent, but boy, sometimes it's good to have. Sometimes it's good to be lucky.
Go ahead.
That was my point. Go ahead. I was just saying it's good to have talent, but sometimes it's good to be lucky.
Right.
And it. I don't know if it's just a coincidence that really good teams seem to get really lucky in times like this, but the Kansas City Chiefs, they must be playing with the 4-leaf clover, man, because every time they get to a sticky situation in the playoffs, it's kind of like when the Warriors are going through their run. Every time they get to a sticky situation in the playoffs, they seem to find a way to squirm their way out of it. And whatever that is, the Kansas City Chiefs have that on their side. So we'll see, man. If Chad Henne's starting, though, I don't think Kansas City's going to do anything.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills whether Chad Henne starts or not. I just think Buffalo. I think Buffalo can beat them.
Chad Henne.
Right, Chad Henne. Come on, man.
But doesn't that Chief game feel like the fans of the Chiefs in Kansas City are so good, man? Well, they're not great because remember at the beginning of the season when they had the whole little protest thing, they were booing.
Yes,
yeah, but I have to give it. They show out for their team. That stadium sounds full when that game was on. It was ridiculous how loud that stadium was at. For the capacity that we're at, it sounded so loud. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was.
Man.
That was an entertaining game to watch.
That penalty you were talking about, what he left the crown.
What were you saying, Shay?
I was saying that was the penalty that we were talking about, Banks, about leading with the helmet.
On the touchback.
Oh yeah, on that touchback play. Yeah, on that touchback. It was a touchback.
In the Bucks game, a guy lowered his helmet, but he hit him with his shoulder pad. The helmet didn't touch nowhere near the guy, and they called that penalty on him.
Yeah, man, we know how the league is now, man. They're definitely going to call those 10 out of 10 now. Refs are not going to miss those calls anymore. I mean, that was the one. I was actually surprised, but I think it happened so quick. But but even when they reviewed it, I still thought they had the opportunity. Oh, actually, that play wasn't reviewable because it was a touchdown.
It wasn't reviewable.
Yeah, you can't review it. But I'm sure if they were able to review it, they not only would have overturned it more than like, well, not overturned it, but they would have probably got that guy out of the game for crowding.
Yeah, for targeting.
Yeah, that rule is probably that penalty is probably one of the most serious penalties in the league right now. They don't play that. They're not missing that call.
But before we go to the the Buccaneers and the Saints game, I did want to touch on Baker Mayfield up until this probably for the whole 2020 season. Folks have put him in that conversation of being a top 10 quarterback. I think after watching this game, it's safe to say he borderline top 10, but he wouldn't be in my top 10.
Okay. I mean, after the season, look, and I think it's one of those things, when you go to the playoffs and you perform somewhat well, you get a little more credibility than the dudes who haven't gone to the playoffs and had success. So that's the only thing that's taking Lamar Jackson a peg off, around the top of the NFL quarterbacks is
he top
his
15.
It's his playoff performance. Like, but look, I like Baker Mayfield. Top 10 in a good season, he probably is a top 10 quarterback.
He reminds me of a Dak Prescott. But let's check this out though. Check this out.
Nah.
So 8 minutes and 3 seconds in the fourth. Chad Henne throws that stupid interception, right?
Hell
so Baker Mayfield has an opportunity to drive down the field and put them up top. Obviously, they didn't end up converting on that fourth down, and it ends up being Kansas City Chiefs ball with 4:29 left in the game. So the Browns had an opportunity to win the game. Mm-hmm. Top 10 quarterbacks, they elevate their team and go down the field and score.
Well,
Baker can't do that.
Let's be fair though. You couldn't put Baker Mayfield in an unfair situation when he was in. You couldn't. You're going against the defending Super Bowl champions in their home with that sold out crowd.
That's a tough.
You got to come back. I mean, credit to Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. They had a very successful year. They'll be back.
Yeah. Also, support the note. There ain't a whole lot of playoff experience on that roster.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
They all going through this for the first time, so and if it's tight going down the line, you're gonna have to go with KC,
right?
And that was with Chad Henne. So if Patrick Mahomes was in the game, there would have been no doubt about the outcome of that game. So.
I was definitely sweating when he threw that pick, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I thought it was over.
Chad Henne being Chad Henne,
I said that the Browns were going to win this game.
But you know what? Watching these playoffs really just secures for me my mentality, I guess, towards the Dolphins, which is you need a whole ass team to win the playoffs. I know a lot of people they just think, oh, let's get to the playoffs and see what happens. No, I'm not playing that game with y'all. I'm not going. I'm not. You're not gonna bust your butt to get to the first round of playoffs and get laughed out the stadium, like the Dolphins have been their past few playoff runs. Mm-hmm. So for me,
we gotta make.
This is why I say just keep building that team, get as many talented players in this roster as humanly possible.
We gotta make Jay Hearn a mod, bro.
I got you, Jay Hearn. I got you.
I think Jay Hearn should be given the captain role as the captain moderator.
Captain Mod Jay Hearn. Yeah. I like that. All right.
Jay Hearn should be the captain. He should be the moderator of the podcast.
All right,
Jay Hearn, this is a very big step in your professional career, the Not the Debate podcast. I don't have enough money to put you on the payroll yet, but brother, thank you so much.
Payroll?
Thank you so much. We barely had enough money to pay his state while he was out for his
we had to pay Shake for his call out.
Yeah.
it was about to be written down as an AWOL because he hit it with the last minute. I'm not gonna make it.
I was tired, man. But don't worry, I got that sick pay and I bought my cup of coffee.
What you mean sick pay? You got paid for the whole 2 hours.
Thanks a lot, Jay Hearn. We appreciate you, buddy.
But I know me and Banks and Shake was going back and forth during the course of the Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints game. Clearly, we all compared to y'all two, I saw a completely different game. But while I make Jay Hearn the captain of the mod squad, y'all go ahead and y'all had a floor on that. Actually, Jay Hearn's already a mod.
I didn't know that. That's a great accomplishment, Jay Hearn.
I'm on the ball with that.
Look at Jay Hearn cheating his dreams, man. Who
my man.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I look at this game, for me, it comes down to weapons. Tom Brady, he's got a murderer's row of dudes to throw to, and a guy with his level of skill. If you can rely on him to make the right decision. So you actually give him weapons, like guys that could do something. What's happening right now is inevitable. So nothing about that game surprised me. I mean, Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does. and they marching, man. It's
nothing surprised you about that game, bro.
Not much.
A lot surprised you about that game, Havoc, but I'm gonna wait my turn though.
I don't think the Saints. I've thought the Saints have been fool's gold for a while now.
I said it all season.
So I didn't really have a whole lot of high expectations for them as they got deep into the playoffs. That's my take.
Go ahead, Shake.
Yeah, man. All I know is I enjoy a Tampa Bay win. I'm from Florida, so I got to root for my Florida team. So, man, it's good to see. It's good to be able to root for Tom Brady. The way I look at it is, Tom Brady is like that guy that was allergic to grass or something like that. He took the allergy medicine and was able to enjoy the outdoors. That's how I feel about Tom Brady. Now I can enjoy. I like watching him play. He's very methodical, and I like his decision making. I think he's gonna beat down the Green Bay Packers this Sunday.
You like his decision making. You know what? I knew I had to come correct with Banks because Banks always comes right when it comes to Tom Brady. So I got some stuff.
Let you go, bro.
I want you to go. I want you to go. I wrote some stuff down. I wrote some stuff down that I think they need to bring to the people's attention.
No, let the people know. Let the people know what you wrote, bro.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to start with.
Did Adam Gates come up with that list?
Nah, it was just me and my choreographer. We came up with this. But
your choreographer, so you're gonna dance for us?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, they're talking Adam Gates going to Seattle as OC.
This is not an Adam Gaze conversation. But here's the thing.
Wait, guys, wait. That's all right. He's serious right now.
Here's the thing, because this notion of Tom Brady came to Tampa, Florida, and he changed the culture of this team is absolute crap, right? So last year with Jameis Winston, obviously the 30 for 30, over the 5,000 yards passing. People failed to realize that he didn't have the protection that he needed. He didn't have a running game like Tom Brady has this season. So I feel like that played a big, huge factor. Also, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year had an excellent defense last year. So let's not make it seem like Tom Brady just did something so magical to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just so much of a better team than what they were last year. It got a couple of pieces. They went out in the draft. They got an offensive lineman in the first half. They already had Mike Williams and Godwin, and obviously they had Antonio Brown this year. But they went out and got Leonard Fournette, and everything else fell into place with that whole situation. So let me dead that right now as far as Tom Brady, giving him credit for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're gonna dead that.
So yeah, dead by not making the playoffs since 2003. Okay.
I just gave you the credential shake. I ain't even gonna repeat myself. Don't make me repeat myself. But anyway, while I'm looking at this game, right? So Tom Brady was 18 for 33 for 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, I think I'm gonna give Tom Brady credit. Outside of those 2 dropped interceptions that the Saints had, Tom Brady was extremely efficient during the course of this game. But at the same time, due to the New Orleans Saints turnovers, because Drew Brees had 3 picks and it was Jared Cook who had the fumble. That was the fumble that set him up to put them, I think, at the 32-yard line. So outside of those turnovers, the Saints had this game in the bag. And if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers end up playing like this again offensively, minus the turnovers, the turnover that their defense got, the Green Bay Packers are going to be sitting back looking at them in the rearview mirror. But I said my piece. So I'm going to go ahead and let Banks say what he needs to say when he comes back.
That's funny. Aside from the 4 turnovers, they had this in the bag.
Yeah, they did, because look at it, though. Have it, look at it, though. At halftime, it was
that's
13.
Quite that's quite the pass. That's quite the exception to afford them.
Oh, let me tell you what broke this game open, though, Havoc. Because at half, when it came out at the half, it was 13-13. It was 13-13. The New Orleans Saints, they went down the field. Oh, no, he didn't just change his damn name. Look at this. Look at this crap. Look at this. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. Look at this crap right here. Yeah, at halftime, it was 13-13. The New Orleans Saints, they went down and scored a touchdown. So it was 20-13.
I'm sorry.
Don't interrupt me. I'm talking. Don't interrupt me.
Can you just remove the ticker really quick while you talk?
Yeah, don't interrupt me. So yeah, it was.
I just wanted everybody to see this.
No, everybody saw it. It was 20-13 Saints, right? So then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they come out. Tom Brady nearly throws a pick. They punt the ball back to the Saints. Then here come the damn interception. Here come the fumble. Jared Bush ends up scooping it up. They kick it all the way down to the 40-yard line. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers come in and score. It's 20-20. And then that's when Drew Brees ends up throwing the 2 picks, and that's what cost him the game. So if it wasn't for that fumble, the New Orleans Saints, honestly, they would have at least came away with 3 points, and they could have won the game. But like I said, due to the turnovers, that's how it ended up coming down to. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers ended up winning the game. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, what is the hallmark of Tom Brady throughout through the majority of his career? Even if he's not throwing for gangbusters, what does he do? He's usually pretty reliable when it comes to
that dude's trash. He needs to retire today. He needs to retire. He's done.
Listen, Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl when he was thoroughly washed up. So the precedent has already been set. Tom Brady can, if Tampa Bay goes all the way, I'm not predicting it, but I would not be surprised. That's all I got to say, because I've seen a thoroughly washed up quarterback get by purely on savvy and make it happen. And I think Tom Brady can make it happen based on savvy. And that being said, Peyton Manning couldn't even turn his neck, and he was playing professional quarterback in the NFL. Tom Brady's in much better condition than that. So, to be seen, man, like I said, till further notice, man, I'm not betting against Tom Brady. Not doing it.
Go ahead, Shake. I mean, not Shake Banks, because I know you got a damn symphony going on, but go ahead.
You just don't get it, bro. I don't know what is. I don't know.
Bruh, how are you going to sit back and call Tom Brady
don't
to go?
Interrupt me,
he just managed the freaking game, and you call him to go.
Why are you interrupting me, man?
Go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead, do your thing.
I don't understand. You just don't get it, bro. I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. Skip. I'm lost. Skip. I don't know.
He's more like Shannon. What are you talking about?
But I'm just saying, because right now I'm going to treat him like Skip Bayless. You're not catching the point. When it is crunch time, there is no quarterback on earth that I want on my team if it's not TB12. End of discussion.
Amen to that.
End of discussion, bro. This was Tom Brady. He's had a lot of games like this. This was probably Tom Brady's hardest game he ever had.
Oh,
this
come
is
on
the
now.
easiest game.
Come
oh
on
my
now.
God! You see the biasness in this freaking
hardest game we ever had, bro.
You hear this bias, man?
I would say the snow game. The sno game was a game.
The Raiders with the tuck rule. The Raiders game up there too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who the hell was Tom Brady at that time? He didn't have a legacy to protect. He didn't have the whole world rooting against him. They didn't know who Tom Brady was. It was even a question Tom Brady was going to be returning as a quarterback next season after that. This game, if anybody had questions, which I still understand why you still do have a question, but if you had any question or any doubt in Tom Brady, it should all be eliminated after yesterday's game. It should be done with. The Saints rolled into this season with all the momentum. Tom Brady is in unfamiliar territory. Before he came to Tampa Bay, all you heard was he's a system quarterback. He's a this. He's a that. He's a product of Bill Belichick's system, and this and that. And oh my God, he's the luckiest guy on earth. And da da da. And all Tom Brady did even throughout the season, your ass, excuse my language, was one of his continuing to be one of his biggest critics. At the beginning of the season, when he played like dirt because he was getting familiar with his surroundings, you were drilling him every single week, and then he got hot, and then he went cold, and then he got hot again, and then now it's playoff time, and you can bet your bottom dollar Tom Brady is going to beat the Green Bay Packers this week. I guarantee it.
What you want on it? I'm betting it right now. What you want on it? What you want on it?
We'll wait. We'll wait.
We'll wait till Saturday. That's what you want to do? All right.
Yeah, we'll wait till the next podcast. But I can guarantee you. We can guarantee you. All we heard before the game was, "Oh, Drew Brees got it going on, and this and that, and da 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 da." And they're 2-0 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and yada yada yada. Bro, Tom Brady. Just go back and watch the game, man. And listen, you were one of the people on Twitter at halftime talking all this smack. Oh, well, look at Tom Brady. He's out there messing up. And then
he was messing up.
But how was he messing up when Drew Brees, who many people consider the greatest quarterback of all time for some damn reason?
Nobody honestly thinks that.
I ain't say that, boy, John. I ain't say that.
They live in New Orleans.
Yeah,
okay,
there's some people out there. I heard the conversation. There's some people out there who believe Drew Brees is the best quarterback ever. You know, again, every fan is entitled to their opinion. But I can assure you, Tom Brady with those weapons, they're going to. That's another thing that the Green Bay had in their favor this week against compared to the Rams. The Rams don't have as many offensive weapons, believe it or not, as what Tampa Bay has. They're going to be tested. You best believe it. They're going to be tested. Tom Brady is going to stretch that field. Jair Alexander was running around the field on Sunday like he was the best corner in the league, yada, yada. We're going to see this week, buddy. We're going to see. We're really going to see. And I can tell you this. Once Tom Brady overcomes that chapter, when he beats the next guy who everybody considers the GOAT with Aaron Rodgers, when he beats him again, he's going to go to Mahomes, and he's going to be Mahomes, if it's Mahomes. It's going to be Brady and Mahomes, who everybody is considering the future GOAT, and he's going to knock him off too. He's going to win his 7th Super Bowl ring, and then you're going to be still on the Not For Debate podcast hating on him for nothing. You got to people at home appreciate this man. Appreciate him. He's the greatest quarterback ever, bro. How could you not root for this guy, especially after watching Sunday's game? He played fantastic, bro. He played great.
I mean, he played good. He played good enough to win. He played good enough to win.
43-year-old quarterback, bro.
He played good enough to win, which is exactly what they need from him.
He played okay. All his touchdowns came off of turnovers, bro. It was on their side of the field.
Okay.
Which I was Tua would do that, but that's a conversation for a different day.
The game was
set up. Don't get me started.
The game was set up. The game was set up for New Orleans to win. Don't forget, the first 2 possessions of the game were almost touchdowns for the special teams. It was set up for them to win, and they still lost because they are the Saints. The Saints will always. The New Orleans Saints are this generation's Indianapolis Colts from our generation growing up. You know how Indy was always the regular season charm? Oh my God, the Colts went 15-1. Oh, they're 14-2. Oh, they're 13-3. And Peyton Manning broke all these records, and they get to the playoffs, and every single time they failed.
Except that one season.
Except for that one season when they had a really good defense, and they played against the Bears with Rex Grossman at quarterback.
Right.
But we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to. But we can talk about Tom Brady. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And then guess what? Even that season, really quick, Sam, I'm sorry, just to refresh everybody's memory. Even that season, the Colts won a championship. It took a miraculous 4th quarter. Remember the game against the Colts and the Patriots when Peyton Manning threw 4 INTs and they still won the damn game? When Asante Samuel picked them off. It took a miraculous comeback victory by Peyton Manning, which is probably one of his greatest games. That defense played lights out in the second half, and they came back and won. So stop, bro. You got to learn to appreciate what Tom Brady is presenting to you, bro. It's never too late to change your stance, DeVore. Do you hear me, buddy? never too late. Just come on the good side, man. I beg of you.
Hey, but you know what? One thing I gotta give you credit for, Banks. You give Tom Brady his credit, even though he stumped 2 of your Super Bowls.
Absolutely, he's a great bro.
He had a front row seat of the ass whooping. That's what it is.
Listen, man. He won, like Shake said, he won 2 Super Bowls against my squad. You think I want to sit here bragging about this guy? He beat me twice. That's how great this man is. I can appreciate his game, his legacy. When Tom Brady walks away from the game of football, he will be sorely missed. I can guarantee you it. He will be sorely missed. All the odds were stacked against Tom Brady from the moment he stepped on the field. From the moment he stepped on the field.
All my life I had to fight.
even the draft day, his combine. Even his combine was terrible. Who could have any worse?
Are you looking for a job, Banks?
Listen, Tom Brady had one of the worst combines in
He wants to hold Tom Brady's bags where he goes.
In the history of the NFL, bro. In the history.
You trying to get a spokesman job, bro? Like
no, I just want my brother.
Where you get them knee pads from, bro?
Listen,
get off of it.
I want my brother. I just want my brother to wake up and smell the coffee, bro. I want him to appreciate greatness before it walks out the front door. I just want DeVore to come on my side and become a winner. You talk about Ryan Tannehill. How could you defend Ryan Tannehill? You got Tom Brady in front of you, bro. Really? I'm disappointed.
Listen.
I'm disappointed.
What, Jake? You said listen.
Good times. And all I was gonna say, man, listen, Great One DeVore knows the winner. He hangs out with Adam Gase and smelling salts all day.
Listen, this guy. Stanley, do you guys feel Marino stayed in Miami too long?
No, we just didn't build a defense.
Yeah. And that's actually
or a running attack. And this is precisely why I hate the quarterback will put the team on his back, and that works for the regular season. That don't work in the playoffs.
Right.
Like
why don't we give Rodgers enough credit for that?
It's like the Kirk Cousins theory, right? Like you look at his regular season, it's like, oh man, he's a great quarterback. And you see him in the playoffs, and he's like, oh, he's trash. Like that's why I'm saying you need a whole ass team to win anything in this league.
Right.
But you still got to give Aaron Rodgers some credit though, because he carries the Green Bay Packers every time they go into the playoffs. But I feel like this go around, he has a complete team where I feel they can make a push.
They're not complete.
He does carry that team, but they only win the big prize when he has a defense.
Bro, true. Their ass is going home. They're going home.
They're going home?
They're going home.
Boy, I cannot wait till Saturday.
It's going to be a good game, man.
Boy, I cannot wait. This is going to be career defining. This game right here.
I don't know about that. Whoa. Aaron Rodgers needs this a lot more than Tom Brady does.
Tom Brady has nothing else to prove.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers needs this a little bit more than Tom Brady does.
I'm talking about for Aaron Rodgers. This is career.
Yeah, 100%.
This is career defining right here.
Yeah, he needs another chip. He needs another chip.
Right, he needs this. He needs this more than anybody.
Like Ben Roethlisberger can ride off into the sunset without another chip, but Aaron Rodgers he needs another chip. It's MLK Day. I'm keeping it real.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday. Both games are on Sunday, so there's no Saturday games.
Wait, there's no Saturday game. They normally have a Saturday game and then a Sunday game.
Nah, not for the conference championship.
Yes.
No, you get both. One at 1 o'clock and one at 4.
One is at 3 and then it's at 6 o'clock.
Oh, so they got an evening game.
Okay.
I could have sworn it was one Saturday.
The first one is the GOAT versus Aaron Rodgers.
That should have been the late game. That should have been the late game.
Yeah, how that's not the late game? I don't know why they wouldn't have that prime. It'll still be prime time regardless, but
it's interesting to note. You look at the AFC, it's all young quarterbacks in the playoffs. Then you get to the NFC, It's a geriatric squad. I'm Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. It's like time never moves forward. Same dudes every single year.
But you know
it's
what?
It's the geezers and whippersnappers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the passing of the torch though, bro. Credit to the last four standing. Because when you think about all those guys that the last four teams standing, all have one thing in common. They have really good players at the quarterback position. And that's the common denominator. That's why my Rams couldn't advance with Jared Goff, because Jared Goff is a quarterback, and we're just not going to get it done with Jared Goff. So
yeah, I mean,
credit to them.
A good quarterback can put you in the playoff contention, but you talking about winning the big prize, you need it all.
You need it all. Banks. And to that point, the Dolphins are trading for Deshaun Watson.
Jesus Christ!
And let me ask you this, Banks.
And this is why I don't understand.
We
Go ahead.
If they said to you, right, we'll trade you Deshaun Watson for Jalen Ramsey.
We're out here throwing the ball to Mac Hollins and Jakeem Grant, talking about we're a quarterback away. What's wrong with y'all?
I'm sorry, bro.
I said, would you trade Deshaun Watson for Jalen Ramsey?
Absolutely.
I would. Yeah, I would do that.
Are you serious? Hell yeah, I would trade Jalen Ramsey for Deshaun Watson. Why wouldn't I? You can always get another corner.
You can't get another Deshaun Watson.
Always get another corner. Bye, Jalen. I love you, bro, but bye. You go. If I'm the GM, Deshaun Watson's in my jersey. Just straight up. I'm just keeping it real. He's in my jersey, bro. That's just me. But hey, to have it, like I said, to Havic's point, Havic makes a great point. To DeVore's point, DeVore makes a good point. We just have to see. The offseason is probably going to be really fun because of this one storyline. It's probably going to be really fun.
Shit, the NFL should send Deshaun Watson a check for keeping the league relevant during the offseason. Because they are not gonna let this storyline go.
All right, last thing before we end up closing out the pod, your coach of the year candidate.
Oh, Brian Flores. It's open shut case. Open and shut case.
Oh god. Good point. Hey, good pick though. Good pick. But it's definitely a homer pick though. But good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
I mean, it's, if you double your win total from one season to the next, when you're out here with a bunch of dudes, basically, you got 5 wins out of a bunch of dudes, basically, and then you actually get some dudes and you double the win total, including for a period of time having the league's best scoring defense. You know, I'm gonna give that the flow. I'm gonna give that the flow.
One thing to argue your point though, bro. It's a good one. I agree with you. Flores,
Stefanski might have it though, but I got it for flow.
The other candidates are in the playoffs, bro. They got an opportunity to showcase their team in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's gonna work against them, man.
Stefanski might get it.
But I think it should come. I think what's the guy's name for Buffalo?
McVay.
Not McVay.
No, it's McDermott.
Oh, McDermott. Yeah.
I think the Buffalo Bills quarterback should be. I mean, the coach should be the coach of the year.
Yeah, that's that. Yes. Although you could say, I mean, they won the division last season.
Right.
Like you could tell, you could say he just did what he was supposed to do with his team. But look, man, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah, but what was that record? 13 wins though. You saw them getting 13 wins.
13-3.
I didn't see that happen. I didn't see them getting 13.
They won 11 last season, right?
Yeah, but 13.
Nobody saw no 13-3. At best I was thinking probably like 11-5, 10-6, but I wasn't thinking no 13-3.
Yeah.
Hey, they were just a Josh Allen Pro Bowl season away from being that team, and that guy showed up this season. So
right, good point. But yeah, I still don't think 13-3 though.
Yeah, nobody would have predicted 13-3.
When we did this, did we did records? Did we even predict them to win 13 games? No, I don't think none of us even predicted them to go win 13 games.
They predicted them to win the division, but they didn't predict 13-3.
Yeah, that's a great season, man.
Which,
yes, it was.
To their credit, my bad, I was wrong because I was not a believer of Buffalo.
Clip this, bro. Because you damn sure was talking a lot of shit about Buffalo.
You damn right I was.
I told you.
If you saw what I saw in the first 3 games of Buffalo, they weren't winning no 13 games.
Yeah,
as far as Josh Allen is concerned.
They flipped that switch though. They haven't let off.
Good point.
Shoot, he must have went to a Peyton Manning throwing camp or something because that dude, he was so erratic.
No, it's just he
developed.
He developed, bro. He took. Well, that's not telling what all work he put behind the scenes, bro. It's definitely obvious that he's working. It's no doubt about it. He's working.
I forgot where I heard it from, but I'll let you know where I heard it from. He had a it was Chris Sims. He had Josh Allen had this machine where it tells you how you're throwing it wrong, and he realized that his mechanics were way off.
So anyone could have told Josh Allen his mechanics were terrible.
Mechanics were terrible. Shit.
That's what he was working on, his mechanics.
My man over here trying to throw like Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro. Look at that arm, bro.
He got a cannon.
You want to talk about bad mechanics? Did y'all see Phillip Rivers play two weeks ago? It looked like he's about to throw out his whole rotator cuff trying to throw the ball 30 yards.
Phillip Rivers has always had that very
Yo, I have not known, but I'm saying now that he's in his old age, you can tell that he's shot putting the ball now.
Well, Drew Brees like he was shot put.
Drew Brees like he was shot putting that ball. He actually looked like that throughout the last couple of seasons when he ended up coming down into the playoffs. So he shouldn't be. I think he at this point he's done. He can't play past a 16-game season.
So let's make that probably the final question. Just a round table really quick. Do you guys think Brees is done?
Yeah, I think his body is done. I don't think he wants to be done, but I think his body is done.
Who's done? Brees? Yeah.
Yeah. If he could still pass, he'd still play. But his body is done.
Chat,
but it's the same reason why Steve Young had to quit. I think so.
Because you got to think about it also. He missed time the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. I think he missed like what?
Wasn't a rib injury the same the past 2 years?
Nah, it was I think it was his thumb last year.
Okay.
So
and he had a really serious rib. I think he broke 8 ribs or something like that or something.
Yeah, he broke about 8 ribs. So he missed time last year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to make sure his arm is completely different from his ribs. Maybe obviously ribs do play a factor in when you're throwing the football, but last year and the year before that, because y'all lost to them in the divisional round 2 years ago, right, Banks?
We didn't lose to the Saints. I don't know what you're talking about.
The pass interference call was against the Saints, wasn't it?
Yes, but we didn't lose to that. We went to the Super Bowl off that. We beat
right. Oh, I'm tripping. My fault. Yeah. So that
don't discredit us, bro.
My bad. So that game, you could see his arm was going in that game. So
yeah,
him having the 4 games off this year, it's a telltale sign. It's time to hang it up.
I think it's done. I think
it's time.
If there was also someone caught a shot at him on the sideline, but after the game and while the game was going, with Jameis Winston, he was kind of like talking to him like, "Yo, bro," like it was like kind of like a passing of the torch because the best throw of the game came from Jameis Winston.
Well, a good. If you talk to Sean Payton, he should be talking to Taysom Hill. That appears to be who his guy is.
Man, Taysom Hill is garbage, man.
Yes, he is, but that appears to be Sean Payton's guy.
That dude is garbage.
Yeah, no, he's like an athletic Tebow. And Tebow is not a quarterback.
Better arm than Tebow, though.
That's not saying much.
I don't know about that. He got a water gun arm too.
I don't know, but the thing about Tebow had a bad arm, and it took him and he had a long release on top of it.
No, Tebow had the arm strength. It was just the release that was my problem.
That thing was just like he had to wind that thing all the way.
Yeah, he had an arm. It's just that nasty release he had.
Man,
hey, beat the Steelers with it. Yo.
Fun facts. T short for Tannehill.
Hey, really quick point because I just want to take a special shout out to everybody in the chat. And the biggest shout out to my brother, man. June. I don't know if you guys remember June. I don't know if you guys are on when June was on a few times, but today is my brother's birthday. So happy birthday to you, bro. I love you, man. Thank you for everything that you've done for me and my family, bro. I really appreciate you. But yeah, he's a 49ers fan, but they didn't do shit this year, but it don't matter.
Final thoughts before we end up closing it out.
As always, always good to come out here and talk to the people. That's pretty much it, man. We're here. We're here because of them.
I was going to say, Havoc.
Otherwise, we're just here talking to ourselves.
But before I pass it to you, Shake, though, I was going to tell Havoc. Once we start making T-shirts, I was thinking, man, like the "You Know the Vibes" T-shirt.
Yeah, you know the vibes.
I got that joint for you. I'm trademarking it, so don't even think about putting it on that other channel.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you stealing my intellectual property.
Now that's for you, though. I'm doing it for you.
You gonna give it to me?
It's profit for this podcast. That's what I'm just making it known.
All right.
We should get those BDL shirts, man, for About That Life. BDLs, bro. Hey, we gotta start. That's what we need to start doing. We need to start passing out those BDL licenses, bro, next year before the season. Pass out those BDL for all the players we think that are about that life. Give them a license. You earned that. Yeah. I already know what mine's going to. The GOAT.
Shout out to the GOAT.
All right, Shake, your turn, man.
Oh man. Thanks again. I'm glad to be back, chopping it up with you guys, and Banks. I can't wait to next to Monday podcast, so we can talk about Tom Brady's potential Super Bowl. When he goes to Super Bowl to play the Chiefs. Preview.
My brother.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah, man. So it's the same old with me, man. Thank you for everybody in the chat for coming out, guys. We need you guys' help. This is a plea to you guys. If you guys can continue to just show us more support by passing the videos out, sharing them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss any videos. Because throughout the week, Devore does a very good job behind the scenes. Appreciate you as well, Jay Hearn. Big credit to our mod squad with Jay Hearn and everybody coming by. Again, if you guys can just get out there, push the shows for us, bro. Pass it around to your friends, your family, man. Give us just give the world that opportunity for us to show our talent, so that we can make this pod even bigger. But it's gonna happen regardless. I think I love the camaraderie that I have with these guys, with all four of you guys, well, all three of you guys. We say, I just feel like the vibes are, like you said, the vibes. Everything is nothing's fake, nothing's
like I said. Don't even try to mess with it. I already got it.
Y'all know.
Don't even try to fuck with it.
We appreciate y'all. Everybody comes out every single week. Jay Hearn, shout out to you, bro. Everybody, not just Jay Hearn. Everybody. Cap for life. Thank you, man. Hey, appreciate that, Cap.
Like I said, I'm a trademark Havoc, so don't even try to fuck with it. But again, to piggyback off of what
perfect way to cap out MLK Day. Hey, brother, I'm about to take your IP.
I didn't take it. I'm just saying, once the idea is on the table, it's gonna have not for debate on it.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm not doing anything with it. So
hey, I'm just giving you fair warning, so don't mess with it.
I appreciate it.
But it's gonna be your own personal T-shirt though, so you get to customize and design and everything.
Okay.
But
go get that whenever that comes out.
I got you. All
right, appreciate it.
But yeah, to piggyback off of what the guys just said, appreciate everybody in the comment section being active. Another great show. I believe we got another subscriber about 30 minutes ago, so now we're sitting at like 98. The goal, obviously, see at the bottom of the ticker. Now we're 2 subscribers away from 100, so we good. We be in the middle of January right now, so I'm satisfied with 100. I'm satisfied with 100, probably with like in the next couple of days. But I said at the beginning of the show that we are not only on YouTube now. Now you can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Public Radio. So instead of you having to sit down and actually keep your phone on and watch the podcast, now you can just sit down, have your phone off, and listen to it without burning up the battery. So with that being said, again, appreciate everybody coming through. This is the Not for Debate podcast. We up out of here, man.
Good night, y'all. Hey, that was funny as hell, man.